Hello mga jobbergs! Welcome once again to my channel. This is Sir Job and welcome to Sir Job TV. Para sa lahat po ng mga new explorers tsaka newly discovered pa lang po ang aking channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for you to be updated with my future videos. So for today, I am very excited to continue the discussion in MELC number 8. So our topic for this morning is all about functions of education in the society. Welcome to my video number 75. So good morning once again to all golden jobbergs who are still watching sa aking YouTube channel and sa lahat ng mga videos that I already uploaded there. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. So welcome once again here sa ating daily vlog, and today is January 29, 2021 and today is Friday. So patuloy pa rin po tayong lalaban para sa mga daily vlog na i-release ko po mismo dito sa aking YouTube channel. So once again, our topic is all about functions of education in the society. Ano ang role? Ano ang function ng society as a social institution? Ano ang function ng education in the society? That's how you will have to recognize for this particular video. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me first to read the competency before proceeding to our discussion for this morning. So our learning competency is first to evaluate how functions of education affect the lives of people in society. Second is to promote primary education as a human right. Okay, that's our learning competency for this particular video. So now let's proceed to the core discussion of this particular video, the functions of education in the society. So the first function is to give training in specific skills or the basic general education literacy. So pag sinabi kong specific skills or give training in specific skills, we are pointing out to the development of the potential of every learners. Yan ang pinaka-goal. Dapat ma-recognize ng isang estudyante kung ano ang potential at kung saan siya magaling. So nakalagay din dito basic general education literacy. So meaning to say the holistic, appreciation of learning should be catered to all our learners. The quality, the standard learning should be catered to all our learners. That is the basic. Second one is we have to prepare individuals for job, because remember, here in school or in a formal education, we are actually exposing the students to the real world. Okay, so finally, by that particular situation, by various activities that they will have to conquer for the entire learning journey, they will have to realize something within themselves na, oh, this is my job, this is what I want to become in the future. So finally, na-discover niya ang kanyang sarili. So yun po ang kanyang i-focus until that time na dumating siya sa point na magtatrabaho na siya for that particular job, ladies and gentlemen. So ganun po. So preparing individuals for the job. Kaya nga dito po sa ating senior high school or the K-12 curriculum that we have now here in the Philippines, talagang meron na po tayong mga subjects na magbibigay sa kanila ng exposure to their future jobs. Like for example, if they cannot proceed to college, then therefore they have the option to take vocational courses, yung mga skills development na kinikater din po natin sa ating mga learners right now, especially in the senior high school. Okay? So, the third one is preserving culture from generation to generation. Just like this particular subject, I am discussing the culture of the Philippines and everything else about the other countries as well and how we connect to them. So, basically, yan po ang pwedeng matutunan ng estudyante in a formal education. Number 4, encouraging democratic participation through verbal skills. Okay, allow them to express freely their ideas and recognize their opinions. That's basically very important na i-allow natin ang ating mga estudyante na they could have to express their opinions, no? What they think, ang tama at mali. So you have to allow them to express their feelings freely without judgment, without an act of neglecting their ideas at the end of the day. So that's how they want to grow. No na pwede pala akong magsalita. I can also give, or I have the right pala to express my opinion for a certain matter that is being talked about. Okay, something like that, that we have to recognize as functions of education in the society. Because after all, when you know how to talk, when you know how to develop your opinion, when you know how to create an ideas and insight for something, then you could also be able to inspire other people to do the same, especially when your thinking is better than the rest of the world. The next one is develop the person's ability to think logically. This is very important. Okay, na ibibigay ng education sa inyo. Okay, develop them as a person with critical thinking skills, able to see what is right and what is wrong. Basically, that's very important. Accordingly, as a human person, we are created rational from above, meaning to say we can recognize what is right and wrong. So this is how we have to expose ourselves. Though, into the application, mahirap po talagang gawin ito, but at least in school, in formal education, you will be introduced. But it's up to you, no? You have your many choices to do which path you want to travel at the end of the day. Because buhay mo naman yan, ang goal ng education is itinuro niya sa'yo ang tama o mali, especially in the subject of values education. But at the end of the day, it's you in yourself who will decide which path you want to travel at the end of the day. Next, enriching life by enabling the students to expand his or her intellectual and aesthetic horizons. Basically, ang pinaka-goal po talaga ng education is to develop or expand his or her intellectual capacity. At the end of the day, number one po, cognitive development. Lahat ng mga discipline na kinukuha nila for the entire basic education, college, or whatever journey pa in learning, lahat po yan ay nagbibigay ng development sa kanilang intellectual prowess. So basically, that's the point. And there's an additional and aesthetic horizons. Let us appreciate the beauty of life. There is also an insertion of values at the end of the day in every learning journey ng isang tao. So basically, may mga itinuturo din po sa school na kung saan you will have to appreciate life and your existence at the end of the day. That you will have to say, thank you Lord for giving me another life to survive and for this wonderful journey na ibinigay mo po sa akin. So this is how you will learn in education at the end of the day. The next one is improving personal adjustment through personal counseling. Basically, sa ating journey in learning, we have to surmount a lot of activities, a lot of challenges, especially on how to deal with people, how to adjust ourselves in the crowd, how to control our stage fright at the end of the day, how to control people's opinion towards us. This is how you will learn, no? In introducing yourself in education, or this is how you will learn upon engaging this particular world, the world of learnings. Basically, that's the point. So situations like they have to meet several deadlines. Basically, as a student, you really have to surmount several deadlines in your life before you could be able to get what you are dreaming of or what kind of job you are thinking to become in the future at the end of the day. So yun po. Through personal counseling, kasi meron din po tayong mga teachers, mga guidance counselor inside the school na nagbibigay sa atin ng mentoring. Let us say, nagbibigay sa atin ng mga ideas about life, that this is how you are going to do, the choices that you want to make. Kung humihingi ka po ng mga opinions from your teachers, from your mentors, and anybody else that you think na makakapagbigay sa iyo ng magandang idea, then therefore you could be able to have it in education. Okay? So meron po talaga tayong guidance counselor in each school na magbibigay sa atin ng kalinawan, no, or enlightenment to everything that we are doubt of. Something like that. Okay. Next, improving the health of the nation's youth. Basically, to inculcate to them the role of youth in the society today and tomorrow. Remember, you are, or the youth is the hope for our motherland, basically. So you are the future leaders, you are the future professionals, and anything na pwede nyong i-occupy na place in the future. Kasi what will happen to our country at the end of the day kung wala na tayong ma-develop na mga young generations that is a good leader, that is a good mentor, mga professionals, medical field, na pwedeng mag-run ng society at the end of the day sa inyong generation. So ito po ay very important na ibibigay po ng education sa lahat ng mga kabataan. We are reaching the far-flung areas just for them to be educated at the end of the day, because we believe as educators na pag natuto ka, pag nakapag-aral ka, at least you could be able to realize something out from the world na kung saan ka lumaki at na buhay. The next one is producing nationalistic citizens. Okay, emphasizing to them that they need to love their country and everything about their identity. Nationalistic citizens, very important ito na as we grow in this world, we have to be proud of who we are. We need to act like who we are in this world, by the way. If I am a Filipino, then I have to act as a Filipino and I am so proud as a Filipino at the end of the day. Ganun ako eh. I'm always thinking na ako ay isang Filipino. Though, I am thinking of going abroad. I am thinking of visiting America and other English-speaking countries in the world. Pero, ang goal ko is manatili pa rin yung identity ko as a Filipino. Kaya nga for 28 years, never po talagang nakulayan ang aking buhok because I told to myself that I am a Filipino and I have to use this identity wherever I go. I need to become nationalistic at the end of the day. So, eto po yung mga natutunan ng ating mga learners in education. Aside from that, to be proud as a Filipino in general, you should be proud. I am proud as a Filipino, you should be proud as a Filipino too. The last one is build personal character, allowing them to discover themselves. Very important po, build personal character. Basically, iba yung itinuro ng ating mga parents sa ating bahay. Iba't iba ang orientation ng ating mga parents sa ating bahay. So pagdating sa school na merong standard ng appreciation or merong standard or universal acceptance of what is right and wrong, then therefore, at some point makukorek no ang ating mga maling perspective towards a certain situation. So yan po ang naibibigay ng education sa inyo. Though it's not perfectly being catered to you, but at least as I said, you will be introduced to things that you cannot learn outside from education. So ladies and gentlemen, the two most important goals of education for the individual and the society are, first, productive citizenry. When I say productive citizenry, to achieve quality life. Very important po ito. Ito dapat ang goal ng isang tao. While you are studying, ang goal mo is to achieve quality life. Okay? Para saan pa nag-aral ka? Para saan pa gusto mo maging successful? If you are not thinking for this concept. So every day of our lives, we should need to be productive. Okay? And that, it connects to the idea of telling to yourself that I want to achieve quality life at the end of the day. Sometimes, your choices may be judged by the other people because they think katangahan ang desisyon. But if you think that your decision is better for yourself, then you have to do it without listening to the others' opinions. Because at the end of the day, buhay mo yan, diba? So you have the choice to make it better. So aside from that, when we are speaking of productive citizenry, to be an asset in the society, not just only for yourself, kasi gusto mo maging successful. I am telling to you a while ago that you need to achieve quality life, correct? But you also need to become an asset in the society. When I'm speaking of an asset in the society, like for example, me as a teacher, I am an asset in the society because I am working, okay, for the intellectual development of all the people na nai-encounter ko sa school kung saan ako nagtatrabaho. So meaning to say, whatever professions that we are choosing to work for, no, in the future, if you are now still a student, no, at the end of the day, pag dumating ka na sa point na naging professional ka na and you are working for the job that you love, okay, that point, naging asset ka na sa society. But it doesn't mean na naglilimit lang po ito sa mga professionals. Because even as a student, even as a youth in a society, you can do anything actually. Any walks of life, we can be an asset in the society. And that should be a goal of a certain existence in this world. Aside from productive citizenry, we need also to think for self-actualization. Okay, ano ang mga bagay na ito when we are speaking of productive citizenry and self-actualization? Before anything else, allow me first to define productive citizenry. Pag sinabi kong productive citizenry, refers to an idea that a citizen can create opportunities to become productive. Okay? An idea that a citizen can create opportunities to become productive. Ano ang gusto mong gawin or ano ang kaya mong magawa okay, para makatulong ka sa iyong kapwa at the end of the day. Okay? Ano ang gusto mong gawin sa sarili mo na development para sa iyo that at the end of the day, you could also be able to share that one to other people. I love that. Like for example, Jose Rizal. Nag-travel siya sa ibang bansa, learning about the culture, the language, and everything there. And then bumalik siya sa Philippines, itinuro niya sa kanyang fellow Filipinos. That is an act of a productive citizenry. That's one of the example, okay? Meaning to say, nag-sacrifice ka sa sarili mo for the sake of the welfare of every people that you are being cared of. Self-actualization, concept natin kanina, self-actualization refers to a desire for self-fulfillment. If an individual self-fulfillment is through achieving his dreams, okay, and aspirations in life, once these are achieved, he reaches the level of self-actualization. Basically, di ba diniscuss ko sa inyo yung seppuku or harakiri in Japan? Napanood nyo na po ang video na yan, nag-discuss po ako ng seppuku or harakiri in Japan. That is the honorable dismissal of the Japanese people. Kasi hindi nila na-achieve ang concept ng self-actualization at the end of the day. Okay? Iba ang kanilang kultura. But here in the Philippines, wala tayong ganyang konsepto. Though may mga nagpapakamatay, but at the end of the day, hindi po yan normal or natural sa ating kultura. Okay, basically. So, self-actualization, this is how you are going to achieve. Pag narating mo yung goal mo in life, pag narating mo yung gusto mong marating in life, that is self-actualization. Kung na-encounter nyo na po ang hierarchy of needs na in-introduce to us ni Abraham Maslow, okay, nasa pinakatuktok po ang self-actualization. Ibig sabihin, if we are going to think of a pyramid, maliit lang po ang nakakarating sa self-actualization. Because basically talking about self-actualization, it does not only limiting to the career path, but also in identifying and discovering ourselves at the end of the day. Knowing what kind of gender, what is your preference in life at the end of the day. You have to self-actualize. Because in the journey of self-actualization, the number one goal of a certain existence is to become happy. Everything, every aspect of life, you always consider if you are happy with that particular setup. If you are not happy for that thing, you have to get out. You have to get away from that situation. You have to resign with your job if you are not happy right now. Find a work that will make you happy at the end of the day. Remember, we only exist once in this world. A life will not rewind again, so better to choose which path that can make you happy at the end of the day. Okay, let's proceed now to primary education as a human right. Again, highlight ko sa inyo, primary education as a human right. So, diniscuss ko na po ito yesterday sa aking discussion about the kindergarten, grade 1 to 6, that is the coverage of the elementary level ng ating educational journey. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that everyone has the right to education. Lahat po ay pwedeng makapag-aral or lahat po ay may karapatang makapag-aral. Whatever language, whatever race, whatever color, whatever identity, whatever status in life you have, okay, lahat po tayo ay may karapatang makapag-aral. Wala pong dapat discrimination when it comes on learning in this particular journey. Education has to be free, okay? And compulsory at least in the primary level. Highlight natin yon. Higher education and technical vocational education should be made generally available. Balikan natin yung statement, education has to be free. Dapat po ay libre para sa lahat. Okay? Kaya nga sa basic education here in our country, in the Philippines, free po ang basic education. Lahat po ay pwedeng makapag-aral with a minimal contribution na ibibigay sa school matatapos yung journey niya sa basic education. Okay? That there is still quality education that you could be able to get. Okay? Something like that. And compulsory, at least in the primary level. Highlight po natin ito kasi kailangan nating maintindihan. So, ibig pong sabihin, dapat nakakapag-aral po ang isang individual at least po sa primary level. Meaning to say, nakapagtapos po tayo ng elementary level. That is compulsory na dapat makapagtapos. Sa lahat po ng mga parents na nanunood sa video na ito, it is compulsory po na mapatapos po natin ang ating mga anak sa elementary. Sana naman po you have to exert your effort na mapatapos yung mga anak ninyo. Pero kasi may mga instances din naman na ang anak mismo ang nag-give up. Pero sa elementary level, I don't think so na ang bata ang nag-give up. Unfortunately talaga, hindi talaga sila nabigyan ng chance no, na makapag-aral. So ganun po talaga ang nangyayari. Sa hirap ng buhay, sa layo ng kanilang tinitirhan, sa school. So something like that, napakaraming factors na pwedeng mangyari kaya hindi nakapagtapos ang isang tao sa elementary. Cannot able to read and write even and count simple numbers. So, napakahirap pong situation. Pero, accordingly, primary level is compulsory para po sa kaalaman ng lahat. And then optional na lang po if you could be able to continue to college or you have to take a vocational courses. Pero available po yan para sa lahat na gustong mag-aral. Kaya lang, there are so many restrictions to it. And ito po yung nakikita ko. I just wanna share something na na-observe ko ha. Kasi free tuition fee in colleges and universities na pag-aari ng government. However, meron naman pong restriction. 'Di ba? Kasi meron po tayong examination na i-conduct. If you cannot pass the exam, then you cannot be able to enroll yourself in that particular school. So wala kang option because hindi ka naman nakapasa. So you will just have to go to private institutions or else hindi ka talaga makakapag-aral because hindi ka pumasa hindi ka pumasa sa public school o kina free tuition fee and then you could not also afford sa private school. So at the end of the day, mag-aasawa na lang po ang isang estudyante at hindi na po siya makakapagtapos talaga sa kanyang kursong pinangarap. But again, there's a lot of things that we can do if we are dreaming for something. So just have to do something for your life. In the statement of United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization or UNESCO, education is a fundamental human right. Fundamental human right. As I said to you kanina, it is the right of everyone to be educated and essential for the exercise of all other human rights. Meaning to say, pag nakapag-aral ka, like for example, you were introduced to the Bill of Rights of the Constitution, that's karapatang pantao, nabasa mo ang 22 sections ng mga rights mo, then you open up other opportunities thinking for yourself na, hey, come on, this is my right and I have the right to speak, I have the right to remain silent, I have the right to experience the due process of law, for example. So, mag-open up siya for other opportunities because na-develop na po ang intellectual level ng isang estudyante. So very important po. That's why sabi ng UNESCO, education is a fundamental right and it will open a lot of opportunities or exercise a lot of rights at the end of the day if you are being educated. It promotes individual freedom and empowerment and yields important development benefits. Education is a powerful tool by which economically and socially marginalized adults and children can lift themselves out of poverty, okay, and participate fully as citizens. Highlight natin mga important parts. Sabi dito, ang education daw is an important tool, okay, that can lift themselves out of poverty. Ang dami pong naging successful, ang dami pong yumaman, ang dami pong umangat sa buhay dahil nakapag-aral at naging professional. So at the end of the day, nagkaroon siya ng magandang sahod, buwan-buwan, so na-improve po yung kanilang family status in life. So ito po ang nagagawa ng education para sa lahat. So sa mga mahihirap na nanonood ngayon sa aking video, I advise you talaga to study hard. Kasi alam ko na at the end of the day, just like me, na sobrang hirap ng buhay namin before, you could be able to lift up the status of your family by means of acquiring a degree. Because at the end of the day, na meron kang degree, so you could be able to find a professional job and you will be compensated according to the degree that you finished. So discussing this one, I can still remember one speaker said, education is the great equalizer. Meaning to say, Pinanganak kang mahirap, pinanganak siyang mayaman. Both of you nag-aral ng same course, nakapasa sa board exam, nagtrabaho sa isang work, so you are being equal right now because may natapos kang degree, meron din siyang natapos ng degree. Mayaman siya ng ipinanganak, mahirap kang ipinanganak, pero both of you, naging CPA, naging LPT, naging attorney, or whatever profession ang pinili ninyo. So, kaya sinasabing education is the great equalizer. Okay, you can be equal by the profession that you have achieved. In the Philippines, primary education is considered a right of a child. It is enshrined in the 1987 Philippine Constitution. So para po sa lahat, you open Article 14 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution. Article 14, nakasaad po doon ang karapatan ng tao when it comes to the world of education. Ano ang right mo? Okay, kasi dapat grade 1 to 6, dapat napatapos po natin ang ating mga anak. So, sa lahat po ng mga parents, I just wanna say, it is your responsibility na mapaaral po ang inyong mga anak. Kung hindi po niyo maibibigay ang need na ito para sa inyong mga anak, please do not create a family because this is your responsibility to let your children to be educated at the end of the day. So that will be all for this morning. I hope you learned something from this video and I hope that you will share this video to your friends and to anybody else that you think na ngailangan ng video na ito. Asahan niyo po that Sir Job TV will continue to discuss more meaningful discussions, especially in the field of social sciences. Thank you once again for watching. Bye-bye!